Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Today is Wednesday, January the 26th. It's National Green Juice Day.
What kind of green juice? Apple juice?
Any kind of green juice. I don't think apple juice is green. It's
you
more
make
of
it
a
out
yellow.
of green apples.
No, it's still not gonna. National Peanut Brittle Day, or something like that. Peanut Brittle Day. National Spouses Day. Ooh, that's you.
Yeah, it is me.
You're my spouse.
I am.
She's my wife. For those of you that don't know, it's funny because I feel like I say that all the time, but then I'll talk to somebody, and when I say something about my wife, and they're like, "Heidi's your wife?" I'm like, "How do you not?" I think I say that.
You say it all.
I say it a lot.
The time.
It's Library Shelfie Day today as well. It's a day to take a selfie in front of a library shelf. Somebody's texting Heidi right now going, "John is your husband?" Is that what that is?
No.
Oh, okay. And our guest today, completely unrelated to Spouses Day, Faith Jenkins from Divorce Court. I did not plan that. She's got a new program called Killer Relationships on the Oxygen Network. We'll chat about that in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Might want to take a walk because apparently it's good for you. Do you know that?
Of course
According
it's
to
good
study,
for you.
walking briskly instead of at a gentle pace can cut the risk of heart failure by a third. A third, Heidi.
Wow.
At least among women aged 50 to 79. Dr. Charles Eaton, senior author of the study from Brown University, Rhode Island, said the research confirms other studies demonstrating the importance of walking speed on mortality and other cardiovascular outcomes. He also pointed out that because limited time for exercise is frequently given as a barrier to regular physical activity, walking faster for a shorter period of time might provide similar health benefits to, more walking. So That's all good.
I like to walk. We should walk more.
I don't like to, but I will. I guess I will.
You don't like to walk?
No.
You're very blessed that you can walk.
I know.
You know that, right?
Yeah. And one other quick study. 3 out of 4 people say they look for a wedding ring before they start flirting with somebody. That should be 4 out of 4 people.
What?
Yeah, 3 out of 4 people look to see if somebody's married before.
I thought you meant they were out wedding shopping before. I'm going to pick out my wedding ring before I even make a move.
I guess the way that's worded, it could go that way too, but I think I was right. Surveys and studies and such, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I want to remind you that addiction is no laughing matter. That's why if you or someone you know needs help, that website is there, TimeForRehab.com. After reading this story, I pre-read this one, Heidi.
Good.
I don't know for sure that they were under the influence, but it was 3 a.m., and 29-year-old Sarah Fleming and 27-year-old Caitlin O'Shea, it said, have a beef with a man. I thought it said beer. So when I pre-read it, then I was like, wait a minute, there's nothing in here about booze. But anyway, they were upset with this guy. Again, 3 a.m., I'm assuming there probably was something involved.
Probably.
But they went to the guy's house. This is where it got really bizarre. They threw containers of glitter at him, hitting him in the head and the body. And they jumped the patio fence, and they went in his apartment. So the first ones were like through the door, got in there, threw more glitter at the guy, and then they took off.
Glitter.
When the police showed up, these sparkly women were walking around covered in a, quote, significant amount of glitter, and they were placed under arrest for assaulting a man with glitter, and one of them kicked out a window to get in.
What's glitter going to do?
I don't know. They apparently decided to give this guy glitter. I don't know why. Again, I believe that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Idris Elba, you know who that is?
I do not.
I've also heard it Idris Elba, but I'm pretty sure it's Idris. He is potentially going to be 007. It's part of the conversation they're having anyway. The franchise producers have confirmed that that's at least a possibility. And in a podcast appearance, Barbara Broccoli said that she is aware that the Luther actor would be a popular choice. She also said that there is no rush from Bond bosses to cast the next Bond because they're not quite ready to do the next movie anyway.
Well,
but
yeah, if you're not ready,
when they're ready. He's a neat dude, by the way. We had him on this program. It's been a few years ago, but very, very neat guy. Pat Sajak surprised Wheel of Fortune viewers last weekend when he admitted he had no idea who Benedict Cumberbatch was. It was apparently part of the program. He had no idea who it was.
I just love him.
Yeah, so I think the show that says Eggs Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever. So anyway, it's like one of the puzzles.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't know who that was.
Okay.
Anyway, later they came out and said, "Hey, sorry, we're trying not to, make a big deal of this, but I think Benedict is going to probably be okay." Big screen, little screen comes your way courtesy of channelsurfertv.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. These days, single women are purchasing homes at twice the rate of single men. In our household, that's the way it works.
It is. It's
Our
absolutely
son,
true.
single, handsome young man, by the way, 25 years old, 6'3". Do I have any bidders? Anybody? He does not currently own his own home. He rents, and he's happy with that because he doesn't know for sure where he's going to be because, somebody's going to call in and marry him and take him away. No, that's not why. He's going to be very mad at me that I said all of that.
He's going to be very mad at you, and that's why I'm not saying anything.
Really quiet there. Our daughter, by the way, is a single woman as well. She's single as well, I should say. And
she's
she
not.
purchased.
She has a boyfriend.
Well, but she's not married, is what I'm saying. She's dating somebody.
But we're not looking for
No.
anybody.
I love that guy.
We love him.
Awesome.
He's a good kid.
Anyway, single women purchasing homes at twice the rate of single men. That's what I was trying to say. And then I said a lot of stuff I really shouldn't have said.
Yes, you did.
I'm going to be in so much trouble. Hey, there's no fine dining at White Castle on Valentine's Day. They, for a long time, had been doing a thing on Valentine's Day.
I remember that.
For lovesick couples with $1 burgers and fries. Anyway, they said, we're not doing it this year. Just not going to do it.
Well, that's sad.
So they used to transform the whole restaurant. They announced they won't be doing it at all this year. So because of the new Omicron or Omicron, however you say that.
Okay.
Omicron, COVID. I don't know how you say it. McDonald's has launched a new, I got some more fast food news, by the way. McDonald's has launched a brand new nugget. Limited time peppercorn garlic spicy chicken McNugget.
That's not going to make it.
There's a lot going on there.
That's not going to make it.
Does that sound interesting to you? There's and two new sauces, but it's all in Japan. So the peppercorn garlic nuggets are made with a mixture of coarse ground pepper, garlic, white pepper, and chili peppers. Don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Next story. Introducing coffee-flavored Coca-Cola. Coke announced an all-new caffeinated beverage, Coca-Cola Coffee Mocha. That sounds made up. The new drink features Coca-Cola infused with a rich mocha flavor, which is apparently the #1 flavor in ready-to-drink coffee. So there you go. All of that food news. Oh, they say that could hit store shelves as soon as February 7th.
Yuck.
That's your scoop of the day. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today is Faith Jenkins. You might know her from Divorce Court. She's got a new program on Oxygen Network as well. Faith, how are you doing?
I'm great, John. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you've been a part of the program Divorce Court for quite some time. When did you start working with them?
Well, I started doing cable news legal analysis, and I did all of them, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, when I started just analyzing high-profile cases and trials across the country. And I think that was back in 2011. 2012. So I evolved and started doing court TV. I got my mom used to say, Faith got her own Judge Judy court show. And so I started doing that back in 2014, and then I got divorce court, which I've been doing for the last couple of years.
And you're a natural. You do a phenomenal job. Now let's talk about the new program, Killer Relationships with Faith Jenkins. Hey, that's you. Tell me a little bit about this program.
Well, it's all about relationships and how we examine these romances from their sweet beginnings, the great beginnings, and we follow what happens all the way through to, unfortunately in these cases, the bitter and deadly endings. So we really examine, most people will be able to relate to this show because they can relate to having a relationship at some point or another, and they can also relate to probably one or more of their relationships not working out at some point or another. But these cases stand out because the people in these shows that we showcase, we ask the question, what made them go to the extreme where separation wasn't enough, a breakup wasn't enough, but that someone actually had to die? So I pull from my background and experience as a prosecutor in the Manhattan DA's office, and also my experience in divorce court. And I've seen all kinds of relationships begin in bliss and end in turmoil. But these cases that we showcase, they really take things to the next level.
And I'm looking here at a preview. There's different episode titles like Monster-in-Law, Unholy Terror. So in each episode, you follow one particular case from beginning to end. Is that what you do?
Yes, it's about one couple and what happens in the beginning of their relationship. Some of them is love at first sight. For some, they were set up and they grew to like each other over time. For others, they were looking for their relationship as a method of escape. But for whatever reason, they get together and they fall in love. And in the end, you know, because each episode, someone dies, someone is murdered, and we walk through the steps of the investigation. But what I found so interesting as a person who's worked in criminal law now for so long, you know, I always think I've seen it all and nothing's going to surprise me. And then I come across these cases, and it's the element of so many of these cases involve people committing extreme acts, and they didn't even have a parking ticket in their past. You know, they were pillars in their community, people who were respected. By all accounts, they had a great marriage, and then they end up committing such an extreme and brutal murder. And
the scariest thing that you just said right there is there are some of these people who have nothing on their record. They've never done anything wrong like this before, and they just snapped, and all of a sudden, somebody ended up dead. So the scariest thing about that is that could be anybody. That could be our neighbor. That could be us. People are capable of some pretty awful things, aren't we?
Well, I think that's what makes shows like this so fascinating because, you know, these are your neighbors and your coworkers and people who, in every episode, you'll hear some form of the theme, no one saw this coming. And then on the other side of that, you have people who did show some signs of manipulation and control and ego. But one of the underlying themes throughout the series, really, people, they just had a secret. And they didn't want their secret to be exposed. And they were willing to go through great lengths to keep their secret.
Again, the program is called Killer Relationships. It just recently premiered on the Oxygen Network. It premiered on a Sunday. Is it on every Sunday?
Yes, every Sunday night we're going to showcase a new episode. So Sunday nights, 7 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Oxygen.
Again, our guest today has been Faith Jenkins. Faith, thank you so much for taking the time to visit today.
Thank you so much.
Again, the program is called Killer Relationships with Faith Jenkins. You can find it on Oxygen Network on Sunday evenings. I'll throw a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The creator of Star Trek originally wanted Spock to be female.
Really?
I'm going to just rapid
I think
fire.
they made the right choice with Spock.
Well, I don't know. I don't know any other way. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Your brain literally heats up when you're stressed. By the way, if you want to cool it down, you know what you're supposed to do? Smile. Smile cools your brain down. That's why my brain is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
I smile a lot.
Always cool-headed.
I don't
That's
know.
John.
That's what people say anyway. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that,
You
John?
were more likely to be attacked by a cow than a shark.
We know.
Yeah,
we
we've
know
talked
this.
about it. I think I learned that on Tuesdays with Charlie. And one final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Applying hemorrhoid cream to your chest and waist make you look more muscular. You got a tub of that I can borrow?
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
How much am I going to need? I'm a big old boy, just so you know. That is today's fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, England. Research shows drivers in England have so little knowledge of the rules of the road that 2/3 of the drivers in England are totally confused by basic road signs on a daily basis.
Oh, wow.
The study found 1 in 3 drivers admit they get very confused, so they just follow the car in front of them when they don't know what else they're supposed to do. So I don't know what the basic road signs would be that would be so confusing.
I don't know.
So
We have to pass tests.
I'm going to give you some tips. If you see a sign with numbers on it that says speed limit, that's the speed. Go that speed. If you see them and it just has numbers, that might be like the route or that could be the street. So don't go that speed. Just in case you needed
Well, that's interesting.
help with that one. All right. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. The last of the escaped monkeys from the crash over the weekend have all been accounted for. So this happened in Pennsylvania on a highway. Several monkeys had escaped following Friday's collision. State police say one had remained unaccounted for as of Saturday morning, but then they finally were able to find that final
That's really
monkey.
sad.
It is sad. And the thing that's really sad is there were some of them that 3 were dead after being euthanized. So they were trying to catch them and they couldn't catch them. So they didn't elaborate how or any of that stuff. The story is quite the story here. A shipment of monkeys en route to a CDC-approved quarantine facility. It was arriving Friday, and there was an issue. Technical assistance, is what they called it, was called in, and these monkeys had gotten out. So,
Are they going to test on the monkeys?
I don't know.
I sure hope not.
Anyway, said anyone who sees or locates the monkeys is asked not to approach them, not to come in contact with them, call 911. Anyway, they're all accounted for now. It's a very lengthy story. I do have all of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And by the way, Ken, thank you for sending that to me. It was very nice of you.
John and Heidi.
Now, the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Forbes 2022 list of the top philanthropic billionaires in the US of A. Let's see if we're on this list. I don't see us.
Small.
See
Nope.
us anywhere. Number 1, we'll start at number 10 and shout out some names you think are going to be on the list. No, don't do that. We don't have time. Mark Zuckerberg is number 10. Number 9, Phil Knight and family. That's a Nike family. Number 8, Jim and Marilyn Simmons. That's a hedge fund. Number 7, Gordon and Betty Moore from Intel. 6, Chuck Feeney from Duty Free Shoppers. Number 5, Mackenzie Scott, Amazon. Number 4, Michael Bloomberg from Bloomberg. Number 3, George Soros, hedge fund. Number 2, Bill and Melinda Gates, Microsoft. $33.4 billion, by the way, that they've donated. And the number 1 philanthropic billionaire in the U.S. of A., Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. His lifetime giving is $46.1 billion.
Wow.
Now, you might have noticed that that Mrs. Bezos was on the list. Mackenzie Scott, that's the former wife of Jeff Bezos. He's number 16 on the list, $2.1 billion lifetime. So I don't know how they divided that up when they got divorced. So it's all in the show notes if you're interested. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Oh, by the way, this has been The List.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for your quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. This quote is from Mindy Kaling. She says, "There's no sunrise so beautiful that is worth waking me up to see it."
That's funny.
You know what that reminds me of?
That is so true.
What does that remind you of? Is there something that instantly comes to mind?
No.
Oh, it does for me. When we were getting married.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yes, you wanted to go watch
We were in Jamaica. We got married in Jamaica, and I decide I'm going to wake Heidi up really early. And I looked to see what time does the sun rise, and I thought, we'll get there like 20 minutes before the sunrise, and we'll watch the beautiful sunrise come up over the ocean.
It's going to be so romantic.
What I didn't realize, we were on the wrong side of the island. So it's like bright out before we could even see the sun. I'm like, oh, there it is. It's over there above those trees.
I was not a happy camper.
No, just
I like my sleep.
Can I go get some coffee now? Smother you while you're trying to get some sleep. She was not happy. But that is your quote of the day. Comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GMDvacations.com. Take a listen to this. An album of Australia's most endangered birds and their bird calls has sold its way into the number 3 spot on the national pop chart. So these are bird calls. Yeah, enough people purchase them. Listen to this. I think this is amazing. In Australia, bird calls beat out Taylor Swift and ABBA in their flight path. Yeah. So it's called
fantastic.
Songs of Disappearance. It's a 24-minute album of endangered bird calls recorded by Australia wildlife sound recordist David Stewart. It sold over 2,000 copies, with all the proceeds going to conservation of our feathered friends. So pause for a second there. 2,000 copies was enough to beat out Taylor Swift and ABBA?
Well.
Really? You would think it would take more than 2,000 copies.
I don't know.
That doesn't seem like the right number.
I don't know what to tell you, John.
I'll tell you, it's something that I find quite interesting. Lately, my beautiful bride, Heidi, over here, has been listening to like some sort of weird noises while you're sleeping. I feel like I'm sleeping in a rainforest. What are you doing?
It's waves.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
It is. It's lake waves. It's not ocean waves. It's like a lake.
She puts that thing on and falls asleep right away. I'm laying there. I usually fall asleep instantly.
I do. I sleep
But now I'm
really
afraid I'm going to
well.
be attacked by a viper or something. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a rainforest here.
It's fantastic.
I don't know. You think it's fantastic. I think it's a little weird. We'll have to see if I can find the Songs of Disappearance. Maybe we can go to sleep with birds.
I think I'm good with what I've got.
All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. This has been your good news. Comes your way courtesy of GMDvacations.com.